of the 20-year war that started with the attacks on our homeland on September 11, 2001, with the fall of the Twin Towers, New York City, and concluded with the United States military and diplomatic withdrawal and evacuation operation concluded on August 30th, 2021, with the departure of the United States forces from Afghanistan, according to the Congressional Research Service report of September 17, 2021. I want to thank the Parks Department for setting up this beautiful grounds. I can't our Parks Department. They did a nice job on what Terrence, God bless you, you went through. Unbelievable. The MC for this program, I promised last year, to take the program over, is our favorite son. Johnny Ferretti is our legislator, and a lot better speaker than I am, so we can take the program over. Johnny, good?
Good evening. Thank you, Councilman Dunn. We're going to start today's program with the Pledge of Allegiance led by... Now we're going to have the national anthem sung by Fred McFarland. Where are you, Fred? There you are. Come on up. And Fred's a member of the Levittown Fire Department. Let's give him a round of applause. Prayer for today. Former past commander of the Levittown Vfw, Matty DiGregorio. Matty?
Thank you, John. Comrades, brothers and sisters, oh God, our hope and refuge in our distress quickly come to you. Shock and horror and a tragic day have subsided, replaced now with emptiness, a long time for innocence lost. We come remembering those lost their lives in New York, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania. We are mindful of the sacrifice public servants who demonstrated the greatest love of all by laying down their lives for friends. We commit their souls to you in your eternal care and celebrate their gifts of fallen humanity. We come remembering and we come in hope, not in ourselves but in you. As foundations we once thought secure have been shaken, we are reminded of the illusion of security. In commemorating this tragedy, we give you thanks for your presence in our time of need, and we ask to worship you in spirit and in truth, our guide and our guardian. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Matty. I want to take a moment to thank the man who's responsible for putting this ceremony together. That is, of course, our own Councilman Dennis Dunn, who not only puts this together yearly, but also puts the Memorial Day Parade together. He, along with the Gazebo Gang, as we call them, have made this park, Veterans Memorial Park, so beautiful. Of course, with the most recent addition over there, our incredible fountain. So he does so much for our community. Of course, he's a veteran himself. Let's give a round of applause for our Councilman Dennis Dunn. Of course, today we remember what happened on 9/11, and we want to take a moment to thank all of our first responders. We have here we have our Nassau County Police Department members here. Let's get a round of applause. They had to take a call, but I believe they are on their way, and that's, of course, our incredible Levittown Fire Department. And of course, our Levittown Wantaw Ambulance Corps. Let's get a round of applause, please. We even brought an ambulance with them. And of course, we want to recognize all the branches of the United States government who serve us here and abroad. Let's get a round of applause. Next up to say a few words is our Vfw Commander. Come on up, Mr. Kevin Cologne.
Thank you very much.
Councilman Dunn, legislators for Eddie Rhodes, Senator Mickelin, and again, our police department, fire department, and ambulance corps for coming out. These ceremonies may be small, but they're meaningful. Here we are 21 years later. It's hard to believe, but they give us an opportunity to come together and reminisce about our loved ones that we lost on that day and share their stories again. It's a great opportunity for the community to come together and to remember their sacrifices and honor them. For my story, briefly, as United States Marine Corps Reservist with the 6th Communications Battalion, United States Marine Corps Reserve were one of the first casualties in the global war on terror, as they lost active duty Marines, active duty reservists from our local Marine Corps battalions, 225 and 6 Communications battalions, in their civic duties, responding to the towers as firefighters and police officers. But 20 years later, they have inspired a generation of service members who have gone on to do them proud and excel in their careers and be leaders in their communities. And thank you very much for your time, and thank you.
Well said, Commander. I'd like to invite up our commander of the Levittown American Legion, Mr. Phillips.
I'd like to thank everybody that is here, and I want to make sure that everybody never forgets what happened that day. I know when I was thinking about this, I was trying to picture where was I that day when we first got the word. The shock, the horror, okay, and disbelief. And then when we saw the towers go down, I personally found out that I lost a good friend at the tower. So I will never forget this. And with this memorial here, we're proud of it, and we will be here every so often just to look at it in memory of your friends, loved ones. Thank you.
Thank you, Commander. And just going off what the Commander said, I think we all, looking around the crowd, I think we were all around on 9/11. We can all remember what we were doing, when we actually heard about it or saw it firsthand. But what makes this memorial here so great, why I'm so appreciative to Councilman Dunn for doing it, is for my kids, for your kids, those who weren't around, those who can't remember where they were. They can't believe when you tell them what actually happened. This is the very center of Levittown. You can bring them here, you can teach them, and that's why I think this is really such an incredible memorial. I know I bring my kids here at least once a year to talk to them about what happened, to make sure that we in Levittown never forget that horrible, horrible day. Next up to say a few words from the Sons of the American Legion, Mr. Jim Dodson.
I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming. That's our first thing, okay? The next thing is that me personally, I was involved when the towers went down, okay? Not just me, but everybody, a lot of people left town. On that day, we lost a lot of people, unfortunately. It's very, very tragic, okay? I spent 3 months of my life at 9/11, right? After my brother and many, many other cops and firemen in the next 3 months. Yes, it was a shock, and we lost people then. But unfortunately, we're still losing people to this day. And I don't want anybody to forget about that. There are people who are suffering from long-term effects because of what happened with 9/11. Okay, whether they be cops, firemen, first responders, whether they're in utilities or anywhere else. These people are all suffering. So please keep them in your prayers. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, from the Wantagh Levittown Volunteer Ambulance Corps, come on up, Ms. Tara Ryan.
On behalf of the first responders, thank you so much for coming. And we always remember the ultimate sacrifice made by those that day, and those who are still continuing to make those sacrifices on a daily basis. Thank you.
The fire department right now is answering a call, so it doesn't look like they're going to make it. But luckily, we had Freddie, and he's a member of the Levittown Fire Department, and legislator Steve Rhodes, a member of the Belmore Fire Department. So we did have some some fire department representation, so thank you both. All right, we're going to have Mr. Don Patane play the taps on the bugle. Thank you, Don, for playing that in memory of those who lost their lives on 9/11 tragically. We're going to ask Freddie McFarland to come up as we conclude our ceremony to lead us in God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you all for being here. I want to thank the Vfw Color Guard for being here. I know you have a meeting tonight, and you're going to have to double time to get back to the meeting. And we have meetings going on all over the place tonight on Friday night. Thank you for sparing some of your time. Now, I just want you to realize that the Twin Towers here, this miniature version of Twin Towers, was an idea of Frank Marcinek. He said we should have a monument to the Twin Towers to September 11th. And guys, some people said, why? Because that's the beginning of the 20-year war. And symbolizing the end of that 20-year war, 13 flags around this beautiful stone here. Those 13 flags represent the last 13 people who died in Afghanistan, the last day of the war. And that, as told to us by the Congressional Research Service report, the end of that war was August 30th, 2021. September 11th, 2001 to August 30th, 2021. That's symbolized right here in our own backyard. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. And get home safe. Have fun tonight, Friday night. Let's not forget that the 11th really is on Sunday. And try to show up at one of the services to lend support. Not that those women and men that were killed in the Twin Towers. So many more women than men died in the Twin Towers. And, we didn't forget women here in our park. You see at the top of the waterfall, the female veteran saluting and being saluted by the 5 men over here next to the gazebo. So, and Tara, thank you for representing Wilmington speaking tonight. So we have always have our women in heart, and we always try to have them represented. Thank you. God bless you. Have a good day. That concludes our ceremony. Johnny, thank you so much. Johnny, yeah, let's do some shots.
You don't have to